And
And
yes,
that's how one of my favorite Black Sabbath songs start. Called
just
I think it's called Sweet Leaf. It's just all right now
damn, I
when
need to
I
hear
was
that.
with you, didn't realize, man. And we're gonna be talking about this dude today, man. Very apropos.
I mean, this guy, honestly, if you look back now, cultural phenomenon, multiple
Cultural.
decades. May have started one of the most insidious things in the world, reality television. If he wasn't so
Yeah.
goddamn entertaining, we wouldn't be watching this bullshit all the time.
If it wasn't for him being who he is, man, because I feel like that's the downside of reality TV. Like there's an initial person that brings us to the party, but along the way we started knowing these nobodies. We knew the person who's somebody, like basically like Ozzy. He was already a legend when that show started. Now we got to know about Kelly and Sharon, who are not good people. Like I wish I would not know who they are. Like I care about
Didn't they even
Ozzy.
have a kid who was like, I don't even want to be on this shit? Like, I think they actually had family members that were like, nah, which shame on them. But yeah. And then it gets distilled, not distilled, but like thinned out to the point where we're getting like the Hulk Hogan reality show where we're seeing him and his trash fucking family or rinse and repeat. I mean, I'm sure we could go down the list here through the decades, you know.
We
And then
really
the
could
back
have done
girls
without
club.
that.
But then also, Steve, just to speak up a little bit for like the opposite, be devil's advocate, you do get a couple of like uh just gold bricks like a Miss Juicy from the reality TV realm that you just will never forget about, that you need in your life. You need Miss Juicy in your life, Steve.
But again, like I think she was already a celebrity. Like she was already known on in Atlanta radio. She wasn't like maybe a national celebrity, but people knew who she was. Um
So you're
and
saying now it's just some trash guy that's like picking his belly button in his room, and we know who he is now.
yeah,
Tad.
doesn't
Tad's like,
have a skill, no talent. He just like picking his belly lint on the couch and
hey
he
y'all, Tad here. Like and subscribe, and I'll just pick this thing deeper and deeper. I'm a knuckle deep right now, y'all. You can get a shirt at knuckledeep.com. Hashtag knuckle up. You got to be fully into the marketing, Steve. So yeah, we're there. But back to Ozzy. I can't wait to talk about it because Steve, I'm going to come out now just so you have some time to like prepare the argument. Just can't get into an Ozzy album. Just
wow.
can't do it. So we're going to talk about that more, but I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to leave you with that brain bender right now.
How dare you?
I'm a Philistine, Steve. What can I say?
So this is Steve G and Mad G with Happened in the 90s, a show where we talk about what happened in the 90s. So get out your Wayne's World hats and your Wayne head tapes. When I see you on the other side. Yes, I see you on the other side. Yeah. Doom, 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 doom. How dare you?
Ozzy! Happened in the 90s!
Yeah. Well, today, my friend, we're talking all things October 23rd in the 90s. I don't want to sound like a queer or nothing, but starting off in 1990, Coach is airing season 3, episode 5, Hayden's in the kitchen with Dinah. While Christine is sick, Hayden sneaks out of the house to attend a party and comes back with a guest.
Oh, I was like really wondering what was going to happen on this, because
Yeah.
that sounds like the intro to a porno, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Is this the first time we've talked about Coach, Steve? I think it
I was
is.
just going to say, this is our first time. And
Coach Hayden, dude. Fucking Craig T, dude.
Craig T, Jerry Van Dyke, future Patrick Starfish. I mean, Dude, I watched this show actually in the 90s when it was happening. It took me a while to come around. Like, I think it was towards the end of its tenure. And it was one of those sitcoms where when I started watching it, it made me feel more mature. Like, I understand their jokes. Yeah, I'm an adult now.
I'm gonna go read a book, I think.
Yeah.
This is on the same tier of sitcom shows as like A Major Dad, if I'm being honest. Like something like that, where excuse me. I think I came into this in like syndication. I think this show was on USA. Like it was like replayed on USA, if I'm not mistaken. But me and my grandma used to watch a block of these shows. And this was one of them, Steven. You know, I'm here to say, Coach, you go in thinking this is probably just going to be some cheesy sports joke, blah blah blah. You come away, and I mean, this ain't a 10, Steve, but this is a solid 7 of a sitcom. So maybe
Solid
even
7.
8. This episode 8, 8.5 even.
I agree.
Thank you.
We start the episode off with Luther. He has some great news, and he wants to tell Hayden, like, dude, you ain't gonna believe who's ready to come back and play on Saturday. And he brings the person out, and it's Bo, aka Braxton.
I'm ready to throw, Coach.
Ha ha.
That shoulder's looking good though, Steve. They thought it was broken. Looks good to go to me.
And he's like, I might be a little rusty, but I think I can play on Saturday. Look, dude, I think you're going to be better than any of the guys completely greased up. So I don't care about you being, I can't believe he actually said that. Pause. Yeah, that's what Hayden said, though.
That's a Haydenism, Steve. You can't think about it too much. But he's like, look, here's the thing, though. Put that thing on ice. You need to grab something from a bookshelf. I'm going to have somebody come to you. We don't want that arm getting too tired out. We need to save that for the game. And inside, Hayden's like, oh, yeah, yeah. He's thrilled, Steve. I mean, this is the ace. I don't know how they got a running back, but they must not have a lot of trust in the guy.
A 5-star recruit. You know what I'm saying? He was highly sought after. It's up to Dauber.
I could throw a hell of a ball, Coach.
Yeah. And okay, yeah. So Dauber, it's up to him to do the babysitting. He's supposed to look over Bo Whitley and make sure nothing happens to him. He's like, "Oh yeah, Coach, you can trust me. I won't let him out of my sight." He turns around, can't find Bo anywhere.
I mean, Dauber's the man-child of the show. Giant man with a full head of Hulk Hogan hair, I'd like to point out. Identical in texture.
Like 80s, early 80s Hogan.
Yeah. I mean, maybe a little too much chopped off, but he's still got that texture going on. And then we get to the intro. We come back in the office. Everyone's getting ready to head to the airport. Dauber, fresh off of, not checking in with Bo. He lost him, but he found a newspaper with an interview he did. And he's just enthralled with it, Steve. And I don't know. I mean, everybody likes sports news, but I don't know an interview with Dauber is exactly hard-hitting journalism,
And, this is big news for him, though, because this is his first time having his words published. And he couldn't wait for this. He waited for this moment his whole life. And all he said was, "It sure is great to have Bo back."
End quote. But he's so proud of it, Steve. He even did copies of it and has little, like, cutouts that he's got ready to hand out to people, like some crazy person.
Yeah.
Stu and Kelly come into the office. Kelly is Hayden's daughter, I believe.
Yeah.
And Stu's her sort of like hippy-dippy boyfriend dude. He's kind of a dip. We don't get to really know too much about him. But they come in and they're like, yo, hey, Hayden, while you're gone, let me get this cabin you got, And Hayden's not some idiot. And he's like, okay, you're going to have a party? Is that it? You know, and they basically agree to that. You know, he's like, fine, of course you can have a party. It's cool. Just try to do something productive.
Like watch our game.
Yeah. At least tell me what the score was when I get back. But cool dad, also, Steve. You want to talk about a cool dad? He's like, yeah, you can have this $1 million cabin I got. Want to throw a college party? I mean, these kids don't look like they party that much, but wine's a little hard to get out of carpet.
And they might just have a big smoke sesh, some bonfires, and some hacky sack tournaments.
Yeah, is there a big pod community in what is this, Minnesota?
Minnesota. I mean, you got to get baked in that cold weather. But
hell yeah.
Now Luther, he's suggesting they celebrate and go to Chuck's Big Chicken. If they win this game, they go to Chuck's Big Chicken and then maybe go to a drive-in theater. You know what I'm saying? Do it up. Do the big one.
And Hayden's like, can't you fucking like set your sights a little higher than some shitty ass chicken in a damn movie? Yeah. And he's like, I mean, clearly Luther's just knows what he knows, but he's like, look, man, like if we win, let's do it big. We'll stay there. We'll get a nice little hotel, get a steak, maybe get a couple of shrimp, whatever we can do. I'll stay with Christine. Maybe we can pull a 3-way and you two do whatever, but we're going to party.
And Luther's like, yeah, maybe we should get a place at Chuck's Hotel right next to Chuck's Big Chicken.
Well, how good is this chicken that they got a damn side hotel on the shit, Steve? I might want to get some of this, honestly.
People kill over Chuck's Big Chicken.
But, they're about to destroy Minneapolis, Steve. Whatever happens, there's going to be a lot of eating chicken bones and maybe some pussy juice just shellacked all over the place. If they do stay there, they can go get the breakfast too, Steve. A little chicken breakfast. Continental at the chicken hotel.
Yeah. And we cut to the next scene and they actually beat Texas. And Hayden, he's on 10, Matt. He returns to Christine's spot, but Christine's sick. She can't join the festivities. Hayden's ready to turn up, but Christine even says, like, it's okay. You can celebrate without me. But being the good guy he is, he's like, no, I want to take care of you. You're my lady. And she's just smit. Oh my God, you're such a great guy. I'm so lucky to have you in my life, Hayden.
I'm so lucky to have the best man in the world that's willing to take care of me because he's just a good person. Are you Jesus Christ?
You answered my prayers
right now. So, he's a good guy, Steve. Cut to 2 hours later. Hayden's in the living room of this like suite that he's got, and he's just not having a good time, Steve. There's no internet right now, so he can't just jay off. There's always that. He's just got a little bit of cabin fever, though. And what doesn't even help to this is that he gets a knock on the door. Luther and Dauber show up, and they don't got chicken, Steve. They got chicken heads.
Apparently, this guy that they apparently know, his name's Tom, and I guess he's a writer for the Vikings. And, because of his connects, he knows where all the parties are in Minneapolis. He knows where all the shindigs go down. And he's got some ladies with him. Now, one of these ladies looked familiar, Matt. It's
I mean, to be honest, these are both 90s, like just some sultry, seductive 90s ladies. And I'll say the blonde one, Dinah, that we get to know a little bit extra later, she looks like Christine, Steve. She looks like Hayden's girlfriend. So clearly he's got a type or has women attracted to him of this type. I don't really see any familiar faces, though.
It's Dinah. She was in, I think, the last Quantum Leap episode, maybe the second to last Quantum. That's her, the crazy chick where, she played the piano with Sam, and they used to be a singing duet. That's her.
She jumped into this. She got pulled into a body too, Steve. She's Dinah. One of
She's
them
Dinah.
dimes that fucking Tony, the Vikings guy. And I love this too. They're like, yeah, how are we even going to get in? And the guy's like, yeah, but Tony's going to get us in. Tony's like, no, I can't get us in, but Dinah, she's going to get us in. So Dinah clearly, she's like what was that chick's name? Superhead? That's Superhead of Minneapolis, Steve.
The Karen Steffens of Minnesota. But Hayden, he has to stand ground, and he's like, man, look, I got to protect my woman. I got to take care of her. And as much as I do want to go, I gotta sit out on this one. But they egg him on, and he's just like, he's trying to justify his actions. Like, you know what? I need to clear my head for about an hour. Why don't you guys come along?
Yeah, she's gonna be asleep anyway, and it's like, me being here is actually worse for her because she might even worry about that and this, that, and the other. 1 equals 2 plus 3. I'm at the party. Let's go, guys. Tony, let's do something terrible.
I never asked for this great guy label, anyways. But
yeah, I love that though. He's like, I didn't ask for this. Yeah. I'm not this guy. What's great guy? I'm sorry, I've set the standard so high. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, she brought this on herself.
Fresh air.
In the next scene, Hayden returns from the Vikings party with Dinah, who apparently lost her earring at the place. I don't know, like, how long y'all were there for y'all to lose your earring, for you to lose your earring. But even she says it wasn't that expensive. So, bitch, why are you here? Buy some more at Walmart.
Okay, say less. I gotta go to bed. You should. Here's my thing. She should have stayed outside, right, Steve?
Yeah.
I'm thinking Hayden just was like thinking he was about to make a bad choice for 1 second, but then he realized. Then he's sitting there on his hands and knees trying to find this fucking Claire's earring that's worth like $1. He's like, God damn it. What the fuck this shit, my real situation up. He wants to kick her out, but Steve, he's a good guy. And then all of a sudden, Dinah, she's like, oh, I'm just feeling a little faint. Can I get a cup of coffee? And he's like, yeah, let me make it. It's like, I'm a good guy, Steve. I'm a nice guy. But at this point, I mean, now we got Uber and stuff. This is not a problem at all. But back then, I'd be like, yeah, there's coffee in the lobby.
Right.
Have a good evening.
Just down the street, there's a Texaco. So, but being the nice guy, he's just like, look, if you're dizzy, there's no way you can drive. I'll bring you some coffee. And then while that's happening, Christine comes out and all she wants was a glass of water. And Hayden stops her from going in the kitchen, like, oh, no. Don't worry about it. Go back to the bedroom and I get you a glass of water. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to come back and do my thing. Just hold off.
Whatever you do, don't look anywhere near the kitchen because he had pushed Dinah he just facialed her right into the kitchen, Steve.
Yeah.
He stiff-armed her. Sorry. Stiff-armed, probably a better terminology being a football coach. But he's playing this whole game right now, Steve. He's riding this razor within wire where Christine could come out and figure this out, but he gets her some water. He gets this chick. He's like, look, you good to go? All right, you good? And she's like, yeah, I'm going to go. Thank you so much. You're so kind. So he goes into the bedroom, right, just to get away from this. Dinah then, right before she's about to leave, is like, and just passes out on the couch. At this point, honestly, Steve, I'm thinking Dinah's a problem. I'm thinking Dinah's trying to cause a little issue in this couple.
Before that, though, he tries to rush her out, and she's like, look, I don't have any money. I'm a broke bitch. You know what I'm saying? My pussy pays for everything. To get in the parties, to get in the clubs, to get in the bars. But she's like, oh, shit. All right, here's $100. Now, shoe. She's like, you really are a great guy.
I mean, that's a crazy perspective for the woman to say because she's getting pushed out of an apartment with a hundo. I mean, I guess he's a good guy, but you know what, Steve? He tried his best. And he said, you know what? Here's $100. So the investment's been made. Get out. Maybe even get a room across the street, whatever you got to do. But I got to go to bed and attend to my real honeypot, my lady.
And now he does attend to his lady, and he turns the light off thinking Dinah had left. Now Dinah still there, she has to sit down. I guess she's still feeling woozy, and she lays down like with the lights. This is one of the things I love about 90s sitcoms, the blocking and blinding of not being able to see people in your peripheral. Like clearly the girl is laying down on your couch, but since Hayden is facing this way, he's just like, yeah, turn the light off. Now I definitely can't see this girl lying on the couch with the lights off. Nothing to worry about.
She rips a fart. He's like, that was weird. Anyway, cut to the next morning. Hayden's bright. He's up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, getting some tea for his lady, his real lady, Christine, because she's still feeling a little ill. And finally sees Dinah on the couch, Steve. And he's like, did I black out again and kill a hooker? Holy shit.
Again?
God, I said I'd never do it again, and I apologize. But no, Dinah's there. Hayden's pissed off, Steve, and rightfully so. I mean, he gave $100. 90s, $100, Steve.
Yeah. That's two N64 games at least.
God damn it, Dinah. And he tries to rush her out in the hallway, but there's some lady in the hallway, Steve. So this is where I was getting confused. Is this a hotel?
No, it's Christine's place. It's just a really posh, like I guess you could say condo, because it looks really spacious inside.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's like a nice Frasier looking place, very upscale.
Yeah.
But there's a lady outside of this place. So we're in Christine's apartment. It's not a hotel, but we're in Christine's place. This lady's just out there, so he can't shoo just some strange out the door because they're on a first name basis. So he's like, "Oh, you know what? She's dying. Okay, she's on death's doorstep. Okay, I'll be right back." So now he's playing a game with 2 women, Steve, and a third, actually 3 women. It's a lot to take in.
He sees that he can't take Dinah out into the hallway, so back to the kitchen she goes. Christine comes out again, and this time she doesn't want to go back to bed. She gets boring, it's boring in the bedroom, and now he consoles her. He's hugging her on the couch, and she thinks Hayden was there the whole night. He never even told her about the party. You know what I'm saying? So he's a smooth criminal in that regard.
Yeah, so basically she's laying like this heavy guilt trip on him, like, you're just so sweet. You were there. I could hear you breathing the whole night in the living room by my side, sticking by me. He's like, yeah, of course. Meanwhile, Dinah's in the background fucking around trying to get his attention. It's like, bitch.
Yeah. As he's hugging Christine, she comes out with a cup of tea. And this is another thing. I get it, Christine, you're being embraced, your head is down, but you can't see this whole other woman. I love it, man. Just,
So now Hayden's got a woman nestled in his bosom.
Yeah.
He's got a cup of tea that just mysteriously appeared out of nowhere in a weird position. So he's sitting here looks like he's breastfeeding his wife. He's sitting there with Christine on a titty, and then he's like, oh, fuck it. This doesn't make sense, but and pulls the tea up, and she's like, where did this come from? Because Dinah decided that was a good idea. You could have just, honestly, as oblivious as Christine is, Steve, I feel like she could have just walked out the front door real quick.
Yeah.
But Dinah ain't thinking.
Yeah, she's pretty delirious because she even act like, damn, like, am I tripping? Did I just pass out and you went to the kitchen and got me that cup of tea? And he's just like, hey, forget all that. You want to make love? Girl, get back in that bedroom. Hey, see,
I didn't even brush
on so much.
Yet. I'm just dirty. I can't. I don't want.
Oh,
I can't
girl.
do that. And he's like, I love a musty pussy.
Yeah.
Kidding me? Get in there. Rip all that off, Christine. Wipe your nose. I'll be right in.
That snot got me so hard.
So she's now gargling. Christine goes in to do a little gargle, And I appreciate that, Christine. Thank you. And Hayden's just like, get the fuck out of here. All right, get out. But Dinah is just a fucking problem, Steve. I really think she's trying to create an issue. Christine's ready to go now. She's freshly gargled. She's like, Hayden, I'm here. I'm spread.
Now Hayden, he plays some music to set the tone. But there's a knock at the door, and it's an angry, I don't know, looks like a plumber looking, I don't know, roadie, but it's Dinah's boyfriend. And Christine,
was the manager of fucking Good Burger, Steve. That's what he looks like.
Dan Schneider's little brother. But as Hayden's talking to the dude, Christine comes out and she asks, like, who's this guy? He's got the wrong apartment. Nah, I heard this is the right apartment, motherfucker. Like, look, man, where's my girl? Dinah, he's calling for her. And then all of a sudden, Dinah, with her messy ass, comes out of the kitchen. Now Christine's really like, man, WTF?
Hayden, WTF, please. Hayden's like, look, I don't know who these two people are. These are lunatics. Christine, call the police. That's what I'd be doing. You got to keep selling it, Hayden. But he's like, and Dinah finally opens her mouth. Is like, look, Christine, nothing happened. Your husband is a great guy. This, that, and the other. And so it's still like kind of weird, like what's going on. So she's like, okay, let's go with her boyfriend. She comes back. She's like, oh, by the way, here's a hundo. Here's the 100 you gave me. And Hayden gets socked in the mouth, Steve. He takes a shot.
Yeah.
Like I said, that don't look good. But here's where I love, Steve, that all that happens, right? All that goes down. Christine's sitting there pretty confused, but doesn't just like, get the fuck out of my apartment, you sick fuck. She's just like, can I please have an explanation? That's a pretty level-headed reaction to what we just saw, Steve.
And all he could come up with is, I'm not as great of a guy as you think I am.
Dauber, again, let's go get some chicken. You should have gotten some of that chicken, Steve. It would have been way better. But yeah, shout out to Coach, Steve. First time covering it. Gotta love it.
I mean, pretty solid premise if you think about it, man. If you're a fan of football, there aren't too many sitcoms based around football. He's a coach, and the good thing about that, man, you could keep rotating the co-stars as far as like the players on the team.
Yeah, hell yeah. Plus they never show football. It's always like after football, so you don't have to worry about that either. But yeah, I mean the cast is great. Jerry Van Dyke's fucking funny as fuck. He's a spaz. And then you got Craig T, who, he's been in other things that have been good, but
Poltergeist.
Also, he was in a really cool movie called The Devil's Advocate, where he played a scumbag. He's been in some good stuff, but I'm thinking this might be his like coup de grace, Steve. Like this is it.
It has to be, man. I think it lasts about a good 7-8 seasons.
Getting that coach money.
Yeah, shout out to Craig T. But that following year, 1991, House Party 2 premieres. When kids' college money is stolen by a cricket music promoter, Play's solution is to stage the mother of all pajama parties. Directed by Doug McHenry and George Jackson, starring Kid and Play, Full Force, Tisha Campbell, Iman, Queen Latifah, George Stanford Brown, and Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean, notably, let's say this is a Martin Lawrence vehicle without it being a Martin Lawrence vehicle, Steve. That's what brings me to the party, if I'm being honest.
Dude, we can't overlook the greatness that it was Kid and Play. That is Kid and Play. Like early 90s, man, I've said this before, but dude, they were killing it. Every house party, the budget, the revenue over exceeded the budget. They made back their money and then some. They made profit off of each of the movies in the series. And Class Act, which was a different multiverse that wasn't connected to House Party. They made profit off of that, man. So Kid and Play had the golden touch on top of having a cartoon, one of the first rappers, along with Hammer, to have their own cartoon. So, when you're doing that, you're kind of a big deal, man. But in hindsight, we know that Martin would eventually become the biggest star out of the whole series.
But this, I mean, like you read down like the list of like celebrities that are in this. There's a lot of cameos and a lot of people in this.
Yeah.
That you all, I mean, you even get Ralph Tresvant, Steve. You get a fucking live Ralph Tresvant concert, really, at the party.
And Tony Tone.
But yeah, I mean, the Pee Wee gang, I don't like. I love that they get jobs as security guards at a college, though. It's that easy, Steve, to be a rent-a-cop.
They were played by Full Force, who were a known R&B group. Pretty good singers, by the way, man. The first person I think of is Bow-Legged Lou, who played Pee Wee. He was kind of like the centerfold, or not the centerfold, the centerpiece. Whoa, I hope there's never a centerfold of Bow-Legged Lou.
That's what they call them, bow-legged Pee Wees.
The human tripod. But he was the center point, yeah, you know what I'm getting at.
I get it, Steve. Well, he was full force, nothing else. But is it as good as the first one? I don't think so, but it's got a lot of good shit in it. And we get a Bernie Mac cameo in it that's pretty funny.
Bernie Mac's in this?
Isn't he in it? He's the guy that's like,
he was in House Party 3.
Is that from House Party 3? Okay, never mind that. I watched the clip and I thought it was from House.
But going back to your point, the fact that Bernie Mac was in House Party 3, I feel like this is one of those series where things got better. Like House Party, the first one, it's a classic, but I thought this one was a little bit better because of the cameos, and it's a different scene, like college, and that brought in some newer characters. You got Queen Latifah, you got Iman, who's always been hot, the widow of David Bowie. You got Tony, Ralph Tresvant, and they actually have like two villains in this. Of course, Full Force recurring their roles from the original, and then this other guy who is, I guess, an assistant of the dean.
I mean, you have to have, if it's a college movie, you have to have like an evil dean or some kind of faculty that's against them. So you have that. It has to be a guy who's like, I can't believe this. He's got to have that vibe. So, I mean, clearly, I was never a huge House Party guy, but I do agree. This isn't a bad movie at all. And you get a great Martin Lawrence appearance too, with the whole shebang. So, I don't know, Steve. It's not one of my huge favorite movies. I like Kid and Play. But as far as a movie goes, I mean, you do way worse than this.
Oh, for sure. And we've covered some. We've covered some way worse than this.
And it is funny. I mean, I don't know, like, as far as like acting musicians go, I mean, I know there's been a lot, but they definitely, like, for their time and for what they didn't put out like shitty movies. Like, they had like talent doing what they were doing.
And the fact that you said future legends or whatever, Queen Latifah, future Oscar winner. I don't know. She might be one award away from the EGOT, I think. I
mean, she's done so much. But it is crazy, like, to see her in these like early 90s movies. Like, knowing like she had to get her start somewhere, like this, Juice and shit like that.
Exactly, man. But on that same day in 1992, Dr. Giggles premieres. A madman who believes he's a doctor comes to the town where his crazy father was killed and soon begins murdering people and becoming infatuated with a teenage girl who has a heart condition. Directed by Manny Cotto, starring Larry Drake.
Yeah. Did you watch this?
I did. And I don't know if this was intentionally a comedy, because I wasn't scared.
No. I think, like, I know it is a horror movie, but I think when I watched it again, I didn't fully watch it, but I used to, This was like one of those movies I get from Video Connection, and when I had a party and we'd all like sit and like make fun of it. I think it's that. Like it's kind of like in on the joke because it's kind of it's not a spoof necessarily, but it definitely has its like comedy. It's I don't know how to say that better. It's maybe unintentionally funny, but I think it's a comedy.
Yeah, and to piggyback that, it's been frequently listed as one of the most unintentionally funny movies, despite the fact that it was written specifically to be funny. So there's that. And Larry Drake, I forgot he was the guy in Dark Man. I don't know if you ever
Yeah,
saw
this guy
that.
was in some shit. He's been in like other things where he plays a creep, but he just has like a fucked up like he's a good ugly actor. You know, his face makes him look evil.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It really bothers me, his look. And I don't know if you remember this one goofy looking child actor in the late 90s, the early 2000s. And it would piss me off seeing him in commercials and shit. Cause it's like, I thought being a successful kid actor, you're supposed to be cute. This guy, he was in Even Stevens. His name was Beans. And if I showed you what he looked like, you'd be like, oh, I remember that ugly kid. So
Okay.
Larry Drake looks like a cross between that and that viral meme where the kid's like
He has like sausage lips. Like he has like weird like meaty lips.
sausage.
I don't know how to explain it better. It looks like he got Botox in the 90s because he has like Vienna sausages for lips.
He's got some Johnsonville lips.
Seriously, dude.
Fucking
Johnsonville Browns. Seriously, that's what's off-putting. It's his like mouth and lip area, which is probably why he got the job as a laughing like doctor psychopath. But yeah, that's my description of him. Sausage lip psychopath, Steve.
you Bob Evans mouth motherfucker.
Hey, Jimmy Dean, fucking close him.
Oh my God. Eckridge Farm face having ass motherfucker. Oh gosh. And Mark from Roseanne, he was like the love interest of the main girl. His name Glenn Quinn.
Okay, yeah, and also isn't Dougie Doug in this? Yeah, he's in this.
Dougie Doug from Cool Running. He was, of course, one of the first fatalities. It was. Yeah, I mean, yeah, man. You know the rules of
people in this, and they both die pretty quickly. I feel like maybe the cop made it a little longer, but
he made it to the end of. And that guy, I think his name's Keith Diamond. I remember him from the Drew Carey show. In the later seasons, he would be one of his coworkers in the office. But yeah, man, you know how the rules go in 90s horror movies. The blacks gotta go.
I mean, that's actually number like 3 rule. You know, there's like you gotta show some titties. There's a couple other ones, but yeah, I've this is in that pantheon of 90s horror movies that they were making like this. There was the one where Clint Howard played like an ice cream man who was killing people. That's great that we should probably watch. But they were throwing stuff at the walls, Steve, and sometimes it stuck, and sometimes you got Dr. Giggles and you just got to laugh about it, And this is one of those times.
On that same day in 92, Zebrahead premieres. A white hip-hop loving teen falls in love with a black girl. Directed by Anthony Drazen, starring Michael Rappaport, M. Bush Wright, Kevin Corrigan, and Ray Sharkey.
I'm not a fan. I mean, there's things to like about this movie, but this movie pisses me off, Steve.
It was frustrating to watch, man. I will say this was the first feature film that Michael Rappaport and M. Bush Wright would be in, and the thing that really bothers me is the main like villain guy. Like he has this hard on. He's just really pissed off that Michael Rappaport is dating this black chick, and to the point where he's at the roller rink, pulls out the toolie, offs the guy in public in front of other people, and he never gets arrested. He like assaults Ambush, right?
He comes back to the chick afterwards when he's on the run, like, bitch, I could kill you too. And then just leaves. was like, this is a crazy, like, that is a crazy move. You just had to, like, you were like, I need to get the point across real quick, and then
Dude,
I'll leave.
can we see this fucker get arrested? Like,
Yeah, I would.
yo,
That's what's very frustrating about the end because it's like everybody's just left like pissed off, and this guy just gets to leave. Steve Nut just gets to
yeah.
leave.
Oh,
Nut
like
just busts out. Just like
I damn
that.
near threw my shoe at the TV.
But like the interracial love stuff, like I'm married to a mixed race lady, gone through this, dated black chicks. So some of this stuff, like I get from like the white guy perspective. This is a little intense. It wasn't like this for me. It was just like more of like the one thing I would say that I've heard when I used to go out on dates with chicks that the mom says when Michael Rappaport takes her daughter out for the first time, she's like, what is this, some kind of fascination or like where it's almost like a fetish or curiosity that you have?
Yeah.
I had ladies tell me that where they were like, is this some kind of like weird thing that you're just trying to like see if you like? And you got to get past that. But that was one accurate thing. But other than that, like you said, like it's so fucking frustrating. And there's a lot of like the typical 90s, like this type of movie archetypes that were in it, like the militant black kid that's like constantly pointing out like that kid. His best friend that he's like Michael Rappaport, I think his name's D.
D.
He has the best friend that he makes music with and stuff. And, it's a good movie. I'm not a huge Michael Rappaport fan. I don't like the vibe of him in general, but like this is, for him, it's a good performance, I think. I don't know.
To me, this is one of those separate the performer from the person because he does have a stink on his reputation for different things for various reasons. And as an actor, though, he can pull off some good performances. I thought for his first foray, this was good.
Yeah.
Higher Learning, he was very convincing. You wanted to like hop in the screen. That was just as frustrating. And the fact that he like offed himself in that, like he leaned into that character. And then Copland, he did great in that. True Romance, great in that. So
I mean, and that movie I think is what makes me kind of hate him a little bit because what's weird for him is he's like a guy who plays like somebody who's like that quintessential 90s like I'm cool with black people white dude, like a New York white dude who's just like, yeah, man, I know all about rap and shit. So like some dude like that. He plays it well. And in this, he's not even really I mean, he kind of talks like that and play like kind of fronts like that a little bit, but he also is like normal and is like, this is just me. Like, so it's weird when you see him play a racist. Like that, I think that's why he's like Higher Learning. You're like, holy shit. Cause I mean, he's an inadvertent racist in that. And Bamboozled, he's a straight up devil racist. Like,
Bamboozled. Forgot about that one. Dude, all of these, in my opinion, great performances by.
Yeah, you're right, man. I think I just am more of like an anti Michael Rappaport in real life, dude.
Dude, I get it. He's rubbed people the wrong way over the years, man. But that following year, 1993, Toronto Blue Jays would win their second World Series back to back as Joe Carter hits a walk-off home run. This World Series ended in the dream way. Like when you're a kid and you have daydreams about being a pro football player or pro basketball player, like the shot clock's running down. Oh man, splash, buzzer beater, they win the championship. Or football.
Bottom of the ninth.
Exactly, man. You football, you want to throw that Hail Mary, that Aaron Rodgers. Oh my God, they win the game. This is the same thing. That dream. Like you got somebody on base and it's all on you to win it all. This is for all the marbles. And Joe Carter, that was his reality, man.
Man, it is weird. Like the Blue Jays, dude. They had like a couple of years where they were just firing on all cylinders. They had that pitcher that was really good. I can't remember his name. They had a banging ass logo that I loved. I like the Blue Jays. Like as a kid, I was an idiot. I like the Blue Jays for the logo, to be honest with you, Steve.
Yeah, that's one of the most fire logos, not just in baseball, but in all of sports, man. And like a couple Hall of Famers in this World Series. You had Ricky Henderson, Paul Molitor, Jack Morris, who didn't play, but he's a Hall of Famer, and Roberto Alomar, who was on the Blue Jays.
Didn't they have a guy that was named like Juan Gonzalez or something? Like it's some pitcher. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Damn, they beat the Phillies though. That's
They
great.
beat the Phillies.
Love that.
And John Kruk and Daryl Doughton. Like the one of the things when I think about 90s Phillies is that SNL bit. I think it was a cold open where the lady is singing the national anthem and you got a lineup of some of the bad boys of SNL and they're just spitting snuff. Like they cut back to them every time and it just gets more disgusting. They're and by the end, the girl singing, she just like plastered with a bunch of like snuff saliva.
I love that. I mean, that one guy on the Phillies used to have like, maybe it was Kruk, but he had like an absurd amount of something in his lip at all times. I'm assuming it was chaw, but yeah, I mean that was the look, dude. And if those guys actually fit the look of the town. They look like they were pulled out of Philadelphia to play for the team, actually. So I think in a way that was pretty apropos. But you know me, Steve. I'm a Pittsburgh guy, so I wasn't paying attention to this bullshit.
Pirates over Phillies. I could smoke a bag of that.
Hell
But
yeah.
that following year, 1994, WCW is airing Halloween Havoc 94 from the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan. And don't want to waste too much time on that. You know, just honorable mention. I probably could have saved this for later because this lineup is something I feel we've already covered. It's the same players, like the same kind of match. You got to get your Steve Austin versus somebody, your stunning Steve Austin. You got Bunkhouse Bunk again. You got Dusty Rhodes fighting Arn Anderson. And like, yeah, that's why it's like, man, 94, I might be done with you for the rest of the year, 94 WCW.
The one thing I would like to point out, the Terry Funk Meng tag team, they're called the Stud Stables, Steve. I don't know what the hell. The hell was that?
The Stud Stable. Oh my god! See, that's what, and they fought the Nasty Boys. That was the second to last match. With and the main event was Hogan versus Flair, and a steel.
Come on, Hogan versus Flair. How many of those were there for the title?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you, Steve. There's a finite time of WCW where we hit that perfect mix of everything. And then it goes out the shitter at the end of the 90s where you're just like, what is going on here?
That sweet spot was probably mid 90s, probably when NWO came in to probably 98. And that time has passed us. We had our opportunity in season 1 and 2, but now we're kind of in the bad timeline.
Yeah, dude, the Stud Stable, dude. Both Sullivans fought each other.
Yeah,
there's a Dave Sullivan. What does that creep look like?
Like a bizarro version of Kevin Sullivan, which isn't great either way. And Honky Tonk Man's in this card. Like, why is he still here?
And he fought Johnny B. Bad, fucking Mark Marrow, with in the closet. Yeah, I appreciate that you didn't make us watch this one, Steve. Like this one we could have watched because we love talking wrestling, but thanks for doing your due diligence. You're the expert, and you know, I'm not even seeing a hot lady that we could even talk about in this. Nothing. Yeah. Steve.
I hate we spent this much time on it, but that following year, 1995, Ozzy Osbourne will release Osmosis. And I can rock out to a lot of Ozzy. This other guy over here thinks otherwise.
I can't explain it, Steve. Like I see it. I get it. It's like mustard. I don't enjoy it, but I get it. I get the vibe of it. But Ozzy, I'll listen to the hits. I like Sabbath. but I'm not like, tell me the bangingest song. Like, to me, here's the when I think of Ozzy and I just have immediate gut memory, it's no more tears, beneath
Mm,
me. And I
mm.
feel like all of his songs sounded like that. That Greenleaf
Um,
song, you said that was a Sabbath song.
Sweet
That
Leaf.
sounds cool. Sweet Leaf. That sounds cool. And I'm
Oh,
gonna go listen to that immediately after the show while smoking some
oh yeah,
sweet.
dude. But I don't think he's just like monolithic with his music, man, because yeah, you do have No More Fears or No More Tears. And then you also have ballads like When I See You on the Other Side, My Mom Coming Home. But I mean, Crazy Train, if we're talking peak Ozzy Osbourne as a solo act, I would probably say 80s because that was Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley, a lot of the stuff I really like from his catalog. But as he got older in age in the 90s, like, dude, like it wasn't bad for, I think he
No.
might have been in his 40s at the time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then he went on to just be like a pop culture icon. I don't think he was making a lot of new music. Maybe he was. Obviously, rest in peace to the man recently. Sad.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking shit. I mean, and honestly, Steve, you won the argument. I'm just trying to be a contrarian a little bit.
We need
But
more of
I'm
that,
not
man.
like a heavy Aussie listener. Let's put it like that. Like, you know the kind of music I listen to. It just doesn't
Mhm.
fall into my lap like that. But the ones that you mentioned, and these are the hits. Like, so if I come to an Aussie fan, they're gonna be like, "You're a fucking pussy. You don't know anything you're talking about." But um,
Yeah.
you won this one, Steve. You win this one. Yeah.
All right, man. R.I.P. to the legend. In that following year, 1996, Sister Sister is airing season 4, episode 7, Boy from the Hood. Tamara falls for Tia's childhood friend, Darnell, who's all grown up, running with a fast crowd. Mm.
Oh, Darnell. What's up? It's the most smoothest kid I've ever seen, Steve.
Oh, yeah, man.
It's Darnell.
Darnell's got some clout, especially in the mid 90s. Oh, man.
And his mom's very familiar too, Steve, and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
And he's the talk of the bedroom when we open this one up, Steve. It's Tia's friend. Because they didn't always know each other. So Tia's got some separate friends that Tamara's never met. But Tia's
Yeah.
just been Darnell this, Darnell that. Tamara's over it.
Like,
I got plans. I don't give a shit about this scrub.
yeah, I've had it up to here hearing about some damn Darnell. F some Darnell. Stop telling me about some Darnell. And she even tells her that Patrice is Darnell's mom. And her and Lisa, they were like besties. You know, they did everything together. We stayed over each other at each other's houses. Even me and Darnell, we dry humped in 5th grade. So you know what I mean? We go back, Corey and Topanga style.
Best of friends. Maybe a little bit more, hopefully. That's kind of the vibe. But um all that changes, Steve. Because Darnell shows up and Tamara's like, gosh. Because he's like, I like how a guy shows up. I've never been like this in my life where like somebody opens the door, you're just like, sup, girl? He's already a pimp, Steve. He's like, what, 13?
Something like that.
He's a badass, honestly. I want to hang out with Darnell as cool as he is. You're going to get some second. You're going to get a little like throwaway if you're hanging out.
Shit.
With a
Tamara's dick
runoff.
time. She finally gets to meet Darnell, and it's making her blood pressure go up. And after that, Ray gets to meet Darnell. Lisa comes out, and it's like a reunion, man. And she's happy to see some Darnell. Come here, let me rub you to my big titties.
Thanks, Miss Lisa. And then Roger comes in, Steve, because he's been scheming. He's like, I saw a gangster looking kid coming in here, and he hasn't left yet.
Yeah, what's that all
Oh,
about?
you're that kid.
And then as they break it down as to who Darnell is, Roger's like, oh, okay, so you knew this dude back in the day and he could stay at your house. And I knew this girl back in the day and she always telling me to go home. I grew up with the wrong twin.
Darnell could care less, Steve. Because he's just sitting there like, yeah. So
Yeah. Got a hater in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Very weird. Then we cut to later. And we're in the kitchen, Steve, and Darnell's talking to Tia. I mean, they're clearly friends, Steve, but he's like, man, I get all the chicks, man. I got hundreds of women.
Back home in Atlanta, I got a whole harem. You know what I'm saying? Like, better ask about me. I'm Simba. I did this. I did the singing part. JTT, yeah, he did the talking shit. I did the sing. They needed me to make that happen. The magic. You know what I'm saying? I played MJ in the miniseries, and in a couple years, I'm gonna be working with y'all little brother. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be his big bro. So, like, yeah, just watch. Smart guy. We basically like, so we family. Me, you,
Also,
Tia, Tamara. Yeah,
Tamara, what's up?
I'm really him. Y'all
Listen,
gotta
by the
recognize
way,
it.
you know, have you ever heard of Wilt Chamberlain? You know how he has that number? I'm creeping. I'm the young buck of the Get Pussy crew, but now you know Tia. Darnell could give a shit. He already knows Tia. He's looking over at Tamara like, which this is crazy. I mean, you might get mixed up, but I mean, Darnell, Steve, he gets what he wants. When a bear's hungry, he gonna eat. You know.
Most definitely, man. And you know, it's like Tia, you've been keeping me in this platonic stage. You know, you keep trying to bro me, and I gotta assist you. Well, shit. Since I'm stuck in that place with you, I could try to get somebody that look like you, and she looked like she wide open. If she looked, she took.
She looking pretty long over here. And anyway, you know, so just make an introduction. Let's get this going real quick. Bing, bang, boom. I'm in. I'm bumping uglies upstairs while you're hanging out with your little Ray friend or whatever. But not Ray, Roger. But Tia's like, no, she's a bitch. You don't want to hang out with her. She actually smells like she has like this pussle injury that it's it's absurd. We have to just Febreze the room every morning, but he doesn't care, Steve.
I thought you were about to say her pussy's pixelating. Wait, what?
But again, though, Darnell's like, she's not your type, and Darnell's like, when a woman meets me, she becomes my type.
Simba, bitch. Circle of life. Don't you forget.
I'm telling you, dude, this guy is dangerous, Steve. Wrap it up, Darnell, because you don't want to like have to stop because of some children issues. You know, you want to keep that going. But Ray wants to hang out, Steve. Ray comes in. He's like, you know, Tamara, you're not doing anything. Tia's hanging out with her friend. You don't know Darnell from anybody. So why don't we do something? You know, let's go to the library or something cool.
Yeah, let's drive to Miami and get you the hell away from Darnell. And then, like, even Tamara, she's like, Tia, why you need to kick it? Or no, Tia says to Tamara, like, you need to kick it with your pops. That's a good idea. Why don't y'all drive to Miami? You know, go to South Beach and do y'all's big one. And now Tamara, though, she's on the hunt for some Darnell.
Yeah, she's like, Ray, I can't do that. I'm hanging out with Tia and Darnell. We're gonna go kick it in the hood. He's gonna show us around.
And Frank,
you're gonna go hang out, kick it in the hood, Ray. And Ray's not really having that. He's like, that's a no-go, right? But it's gonna happen, Steve.
In the next scene, we see Lisa and Patrice in there dancing to some Bad to the Bone in the kitchen. They're even smoking with cigars, smoking with cigarettes.
They're smoking blunts, Steve. Those are blunts. We can call them a cigar if you want, but we know what that is.
And Frank, he comes in right after they put out the blunts. And you don't smell that, Ray?
Shit, they put them in their fucking mouths, too. That's balls. That's like the emergency. I would have eaten it at that point if you're that worried. But yeah, Ray, you got a broken nose, dude. Can you taste food? Because there's a heavy odor in there. And I like Ray, Lisa and what's her name? Patrice
from West Philadelphia.
I mean, they basically don't even speak in words. They're like, ah! They're screaming, Steve. That's how they communicate.
A lot of city girl hood rat energy from Lisa and Patrice. And Ray, after belittling, I guess, talking down on him, like Patrice, like, hey, Lisa, he always looks down on you. Like, what's going on? And Lisa says, like, he always makes fun of the way I talk, the way I dress, the way I get my eyebrows threaded. You got a point, Patrice. I don't know.
He's ashamed of where you come from. That's why he's judging you. So I was like, damn, Patrice. Fucking talk. You're in this nice ass house on damn shit. Give the guy a little slack. He all mad at my son's gonna dick him down.
I already lost one son to Bel Air. Like, I can't lose this one.
Yeah, that's true, Steve. That's the ultimate universe. That might be the explanation. But yeah, so now Lisa's thinking, Steve. She's thinking Ray might be a piece of shit.
Yeah, you uppity motherfucker. Because when Ray says, I don't trust that Darnell kid, and Lisa says, is it because of where he's from? Because he's from the same section as me. So if you don't trust him, that means you can't trust me, Ray.
Oh, he's like, I'm actually more concerned that my daughter's gonna have a baby shortly because I saw what she was writing in her diary. Okay, this shit's crazy. Fuck where you're from. So he goes into the living room and he finds Roger in there, and really now these are the two. They're on the same team because they're the only ones concerned about this situation. Steve Roger's like, look, man, like I get it. We got to stop this. Operation Cockblock, go.
But yeah, for different reasons. Like Ray's a concerned father. Roger's just hating.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Steve, he's jealous. I mean, there's still one left. Roger, just fucking go put in the extra work. Tia's sitting there, pissed off, help her out. But I guess this is helping her out.
And the girls are out with Darnell. They return home, and I guess Darnell took him to his old hangouts.
Yeah, that sounds cool. But Tia's like, you know what wasn't cool? When you guys fucking ditched me, went into the wherever you went, I had to just drive the car around so the tires didn't get robbed. Which, bitch, where the fuck? What kind of hood were you at?
8 Mile.
So yeah, clearly, Tamara Darnell is working out, but Tia now it's not even just like I'm just concerned now. She's like, man, fuck Darnell. Ditching me.
Yeah, and Tia even says the old hood ain't what it used to be. So Darnell, he's like, all right, man, whatever. I'm about to go have some sandwiches with his crew. Some sandwiches with his
man, I'm about to go have a salami sandwich with my crew real quick. All this judgmental bullshit.
Holla at me at Esbarro's.
You guys got any of that Arby's sauce? I need a little something to put on that sandwich. But he does. What we do find out, Steve, is Darnell. He does have a house party to go to. He's taking some sandwiches. Clearly, there's going to be a spread of some kind. But he asks Tamara to go here, and I mean Ray and Roger are there, and they're like, "What? I'm fucking a house party in the hood? Absolutely not. Ground shaking ass. I'm in." But Ray's not, Steve. He's not cool like us. And Tia's like, it's cool, Ray. You don't even have to worry about it because we're not going. But right, Tamara's like, fuck you said?
Shit.
Got my fuck me dress on.
Shit. I'm trying to get some hood rat shit.
I love how quickly they're like, let's just go to this house. Like, these are the most tame women in the suburbs you could possibly meet. They're ready to go. Tamara, fuck it, Steve. Yeah, I don't care if my tires get stolen.
She ain't trying to hear shit her dad's talking about. But Tia tries to warn her, like, look, Darnell's changed and he's just not the right guy for you. Red flag, red flag. And Tamara says, I guess you'd be happy if I didn't go.
But she would, honestly. She's like, yeah, I would. Thank you. Thanks for bringing that point. But we cut from her saying that to being like, hey, I'm not happy about this, but they're at the party, Steve. They're like literally at the party. So that didn't matter. And they walk in. And, you know, from a party standpoint, I'm not seeing a lot of red flags other than maybe like 40-year-old dudes that look like maybe they got a meth problem. Just a lot of smoke, which is my kind of party, honestly. I'm into that.
This apartment looked like Matt's room, Napoleon, circa 03, 05.
The closet, Steve? Just the clam bake room?
Any time of the day. It could be 9 in the morning. It could be 4 in the morning.
Hey,
You know?
shit. That was the prime time, actually.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is a nice, like, just a nice house party, Steve. A couple blunts going around, maybe a couple drinks, maybe a couple of scissors, whatnot. I don't know what they're drinking in
Some Mad Dog.
There you go. A couple of King Cobras, maybe. And Roger, he's playing cock block detective, and he's sneaking in, but he ain't fitting in, Steve. I mean, he's immediately clocked, and then he just starts to kind of do like a Carlton dance situation. And the one guy by the door is like, yo, man, like, can you do that dance again? And he starts doing it, and the guy just like picks him up and puts him outside.
Just, you know, redirects his energy like Pedro when that old guy was jumping to him. But we lost Matt. But I don't know what happened with Matt, but we gonna keep it going. And it looks like he might be back. And
I'm back. I don't know what happened. I bumped my table, Steve. That's what happened.
Stupid table. And like Darnell shows up and he's like, hey, Tamara, I got the keys to next door and it's all ours. What do you mean all ours? Well, well, I'm just saying we can play games and stuff like Naked Twister, bitch.
Yeah. You want to play? She's like, no, I don't. He's like, look, I got an empty place in this crack house apartment building it's empty. You want to go hang out? She's like, yeah, I don't think so. And Tia's like, she steps in, is like, no, you're not going anywhere. So they kind of get into an argument, which Darnell's basically like, you know, she says, you've changed, dude. Like, you're blah, blah, blah. And they get into a whole thing. And Tamara's like, you can fuck off. I'm not playing Naked Twister with you in this empty apartment. That's weird.
Yeah.
That sounds strange.
Yeah. Now go aim your bullet head at another target. Ooh. What? Darnell's like, why did I even bring you hoes to this party? I'm out of here.
I'm about to go get another cold cut tree real quick. So they're left at this party. So whatever, get in on the rotation, guys. But then Ray and Lisa come with Roger looking for them at the place, and I like that Lisa sees somebody that she thinks is her child on the couch making out. She's like, "You motherfucker!" And it's just some chick. It's just like that would be that would be a kind of a fucking a shocking thing, Steve. I mean, I've been walked in on naked. But even just that's like a low level. It's still shocking, you know, but I love it.
Especially when you're wrongfully accused. Like, I'm not your son, bitch. Like, let me get back to what I was doing.
Who the fuck are you? Yeah, so that happens. And then we cut into the bathroom. So, because basically now what's going on is Tia and Tamara, they're so scared that they've just barricaded themselves in the bathroom. And they're like, they're panicked, Steve. They're stuck.
Yeah, and they don't even know that Lisa and Ray are there. We cut back to Lisa and Ray. Lisa's doing the bankhead bounce. She's trying to relive her teen years, like, and possibly get in some cougar action.
I mean, there's a couple dudes that look like they're in their 30s, so I think legally she's cool, you know.
Yeah.
But Ray's like, "Can you please focus?" And then that gets them arguing. And she's like, you uppity and you think this place is blah, blah, you know, you hate where I'm from and you embarrassed. He's like, I don't hate where you're from. I hate you. Don't you see that?
Oh, Ray, that's the sweetest thing you ever said to me. And then Darnell comes in. He's like, I
Um,
got more drinks.
sorry.
You good?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. But yeah, Darnell comes in. He's like, I got more drinks. And Lisa's like, oh, there he is. What, you got more? What, little boy?
Yeah, punks him out. She's like, "You got what?" And he's like, "Oh no, it's nothing, Miss Lisa. I don't have anything." And
Yeah.
she goes off on him, Steven. He actually no, he doesn't say. He tries to act like a dude. He tries to like kind of like talk to her, but she's an adult, and she
Yeah.
just bitches him out in front of this crowd, Steve.
Yeah. Like, don't ask me shit. I'm not their guardian. And then like, look, they diss me, so I took the car. At least like I'm gonna tell your mama, boy. I think she did one of those grab him by the ear deals, maybe.
Yeah, hell yeah. Never happened to me, but yeah, it seems pretty effective. But then, I mean, fuck getting Darnell out of the apartment. They empty the whole bitch.
Yeah.
You know, I think they get him out. They go into the bathroom to talk to T and Tamara, but by the time they emptied the bitch out, but they do eventually connect with T and Tamara in the bathroom. They're okay, Steve. They're fine. They're gonna get back to the suburbs. Everything's gonna be okay.
Now Tamara, she apologizes to her dad, but at the same time, she pulls a reverse Uno. Like, look, you were supposed to be there and protect me. Like you weren't supposed to let it get to this point. She's like, wait, hold up. I'm supposed to be pissed. How you gonna turn this on me?
Yeah. What? Wait. Yeah, I'm doing the math. And Lisa adds that she's like, you know what? You need to let these kids make these mistakes and not be this like helicopter around them all the time. They're getting old enough. Let them fall down a little bit. Let them figure this stuff out. They did the right thing, and she's so clearly she's right. But I do like that. That's what I liked as a kid when you had the ability to sort of like you got old enough to turn it around a little bit, where you're like, "What about you?"
You can represent yourself in those cases at this point. Like, yeah, I learned vocabularies and stuff. I could read and shit.
But it does eventually make sense to Ray. He's like, you know what? Okay, but that doesn't mean you're not going to be grounded for a year and a half.
Yeah.
You know, whatever that is.
Tamara says, like, well, look, if you're going to like take me out of this adult like party, like that's punishment enough, right? That's embarrassing. It's like, hey, yeah, nice try.
Yeah.
So they get out of the bathroom and they see that the place is completely empty. And Roger, he's there. He's like, well, where did everybody go? He said, like, man, I don't know, but I think they all went to the Texaco station.
I think they're getting a meatball sub, like some kind of party sub or something. Darnell was hungry. Said he didn't eat enough earlier from Jimmy John's, but that's it, Steve. They make it out of the ghetto. They make it. Maybe Roger can get a little roach out of that ashtray for later. You know, do some bad kid stuff back in the suburbs
Yeah.
where it's safe.
But yeah, man. Great
Another
cameo.
good.
Yeah, man. But
Was
uh,
Darnell ever in anything else?
I just you didn't get the references I alluded to. he
No.
he was the singing part in Lion King. He was Simba. He was the non JTT part when they did the singing. He was that guy. He was
Really?
Michael. Yeah, he was Michael Jackson in the miniseries, The Jacksons. He was the younger version of Michael Jackson, and he was the big brother and Smart Guy, T and Tamara's little brother. He was the big brother of Taj Mowry and Smart Guy.
I thought you were just like making some funny, pithy references. I didn't realize that this guy, there's a reason why he had so much smooth, like an ice cold demeanor.
Exactly.
This kid's a fucking legend.
Yeah,
My apologies, sir. Whatever your name is, Mr. Darnell, sir. I'm sorry.
yeah, man. He was really him. But 1998, Pleasantville premieres. Two 1990s teenage siblings find themselves transported to a 1950s sitcom where their influence begins to profoundly change that colorless, complacent world. Directed by Gary Ross, starring Tobey Maguire, Jeff Daniels, Joan Allen, William H. Macy, J.T. Walsh, Don Knotts, and Reese Witherspoon.
I don't know how you feel about this movie. I think this is kind of like a sleeper. I enjoy this movie. I think there's a lot to like about it. It's not the most exciting, but I think it's a cool premise, and
Yeah,
oddly enough, huge special effects movie. Not in the way
definitely.
you're thinking.
In that sense, it was kind of groundbreaking, man. And it, what I got was Stay Tuned vibes, but not as underworldly, because it's kind of the same way. Like it starts off the same way where, some cable repair guy, he comes to the house, sells them this ridiculous remote that can put them in TV.
Yeah, yeah. There's like they put one of those really dumb old premises on its head a little bit and make a good movie out of it. But everybody does a good job, and as people become enlightened in this simple world that Pleasantville, the TV show, is, uh, little colors come into this. They're black and white reality. So as the movie goes on, and Toby Maguire and his sister make these bring up stuff like, oh, that's not right, you should stand up for yourself and stuff like that. People become more, whatever, aware of things in this fake world.
And
They have color. And suddenly the whole town's full of color except for like a couple of people that are holding on. So, it's pretty on the nose on what the message is, and like acceptance and like change and stuff like that. But I don't know. I thought it was kind of a fun movie, and I just remember being like, how can I say this? Because I don't want to be like, you have to see this. This is a groundbreaking movie. But I was just like, it's pleasantly surprised which is apropos. It's called Pleasantville, but you walk away and you're like, oh wow, that wasn't actually boring. Like I thought it was.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also I can't overlook our guy PTO, another one of his movies, man. Patrick Thomas O'Brien. He's one of the
Oh
guys
yeah.
that, yeah, man. So our guy, like, it's good to see
His
him
look,
getting work.
his look fits perfectly in this. Like, put
Yeah.
him in that '50s clothing and stuff. He fits right in. So that definitely tracks. Um, but yeah, I if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend this because it's just like a cool premise, and the way they pull it off. Like, there's some fact about this that I remember looking up when I was doing the research for this. Like, at the time, I think Phantom Menace, like the Star Wars movie, had a record for most special effects shots in a movie or something. And this movie
Okay.
actually eclipsed it when it came out because, they're not putting like fake stuff on screen, but they had to apply like green screen makeup to people's faces so that they looked black and white. They did all this crazy shit. But
A lot
which
of
is cool.
chroma
Like,
key.
if you're into like behind the scenes stuff and like technical stuff, this movie's super impressive too.
And on that same day in 1998, Orgasmo premieres. A naive young Mormon is recruited to act in porn movies. Directed by Trey Parker, starring Trey Parker, Matt Stone, and Diane Bakar. Is that how you say it? Diane Bakar?
I think yeah, Don. Maybe it's Don. Maybe it's one of those like weird spellings where it's just like a normal name. Chota Boy. Um, this is one of those movies that I think snuck in that people that even love South Park. There's some people that haven't seen this, but you do yourself a favor. Watch a movie by the guys who made South Park that was so raunchy that it's half funded by a porn company, which I love. Maybe
Yeah.
that's where they got some of the talent for the movie, but this movie's great, Steve. I love it, and I won't apologize for it.
I love all their movies. I'm a fan of all their work, but just like with this one, man, they didn't get critical acclaim. They didn't make what they were supposed to box office wise. But I think a big part of their lack of success for this movie was that this got an NC-17 rating. And
Yeah.
that's kind of the death knell for a theatrical release.
Is it the way he fights every day? No, it's probably the titty. Oh, there's great music in this. Matt Stone plays a hilarious character in this. And there's so much quotability the evil porn producer guy that's like, "You're gonna fuck when I want you to fuck," hung. Just a greasy porn guy, and then neutered man, one of the most weirdest psycho.
Ron Jeremy's in it. Like,
Yeah, dude. The ass fuck twins are in it. Fun fact, Steve, the fat porn star T Rex that is in this, the one that's like, "You're gonna fuck me or I'm gonna make you come," the big one. They were gonna actually there was like a fat porn star at the time who had, I gotta look it up because she had a hilarious name.
Earthquake.
Earthquake. But they
Yeah.
couldn't use that person because she lost too much weight. So they
Yeah.
found whoever played T-Rex, it was infinitely better. I think that was a blessing in disguise because who plays T-Rex is insane.
And if I'm not mistaken, Earthquake was a cross-dresser. I think
It looks like Divine if she had a bigger weight problem, honestly.
Exactly. Like one of those deals.
We see it all. But I mean, special effects, the cum gun he has, the orgasmerator, hilarious when he starts going around town shooting people. That's great. Yeah, man, check this out. You even get him fighting Ron Jeremy. Like, there's so much to love about this.
Dude, I don't want to sound like queer or nothing, but I think you got a hot ass. Just the look that he always did with, dude.
Unicorns are kick ass.
I don't want to sound like queer or nothing, but Depeche Mode is a sweet band.
Fuck yeah!
Oh,
He's just cheering on the pornos. Fucking look cool, man.
But
Hell
any
yeah,
callbacks for this week, Matt?
I don't really have anything, Steve. I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? Kendra and I are on a brief. I just want to say this for anybody who's a food show fanatic fan. We're on a brief hiatus because the show we would usually cover at this time is terrible. They've made some cuts. Food Network slashing the budgets on some things. So we're gonna come with a few specialty episodes coming up, just about our favorite foods and stuff, until we get to a place where we can talk about a good quality show, and we'll get there. But yeah, Food Show Fanatics, it's gone temporarily, but not dead. So don't worry, fanatics. We'll be back. How about you, Steve?
All I got really is Family Matters. They're airing the episode #1 with the bullet, and that's the one where Carl gets shot in the ass and he has to share like a operating room, a ER with Steve. And also, yeah, 1990, Roseanne is airing Becky, Beds and Boys. And speaking of Mark, this was the debut of Mark, the first time we see him. And he's the typical bad boy. The parents hate him, and he doesn't care. You can't separate me from Becky. One of those deals. And
shut up, Mark.
94, Pete and Pete is airing X = Y, and that has cameos from Steve Buscemi and Janine Garofalo.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Probably a banger because they all are. Check it out.
But please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please tell your sister that I'll see her. I see her on the other side. Check out Food Show Fanatics as well as Crushgasm every Wednesday with Kendra G, our guy Clark the Shark on Podcastle, and Wrestling with Ron Zilla on TikTok. This is Steve G and Matt G with him.
Happened in the 90s. It's probably the titties. Now you're a man. A man, you're a man. Now you're a man.